Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some Parmesan crackers with some mixed herb flavouring as well, and these are going to be a nice dry cracker that should be crunchy when you bite into them. For that I have my oven preheating at 180 Celsius, 160 Celsius with a fan, 350 Fahrenheit, and I have 2 baking trays and 3 sheets of parchment paper cut out to the sides of those baking trays ready to use. I should apologise if I look very hot, but it's very, very warm here today. So for the ingredients I have 190 grams, that's 1.5 cups of plain flour, and I have 45 millilitres of olive oil, or you could use something like coconut oil or even vegetable oil. I have so that's 3 tablespoons. I have 120 millilitres, half a cup of cold water. I have 50 grams of grated Parmesan, that works out at about half a cup. I have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of dried mixed herbs, and 1 teaspoon of chia seeds, which I'm just adding in for a little bit of extra texture and colour. So I'm going to put all the dry ingredients into the flour and I'm going to mix those around. And then I'm simply going to pour in the water and the oil, and I'm going to mix these until I've got a sort of sticky dough. And you can already smell the aroma of the Parmesan coming through. And at this stage I'm going to get my hand in and I'm going to knead that for a little while, and I want to work it until it's just slightly tacky, not too sticky. And for this you can add a little bit of extra flour if you need to. And I'm just going to take a little bit. I don't need a lot of extra flour, I don't think. And I'm just going to knead this for a couple of minutes. I want to stretch the gluten. So with that kneaded quite nicely, and it's a nice dough now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that into 2. Just take a bit more off that and set one piece aside, and the other piece I'm going to put between 2 sheets of parchment paper. I'm going to roll it out about 1/8 of an inch in thickness. And with that rolled out like that, and I actually patched mine where it was round there, I chopped it off and patched the rest of it so that I've got it to a reasonable shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that into crackers. You can make them whatever size you want. I'm just going to cut in half like that. And then I'm going to put that onto a baking tray, just like that, and I'm going to prick all over. And I'm going to roll out the other half and do the same. Then I'm going to put them both into the oven and bake them for 10 to 12 minutes until they've turned a nice brown colour and they look crisp. Then I'll take them out and let them cool down, and I'll come back and show you the results. Well, I baked our crackers, and I actually baked them for longer than 12 minutes. Because they didn't look as though they'd browned enough, and I think part of that was that I should have probably rolled them out thinner. So if you make these, just remember that you might have to bake them for longer than 12 minutes, or roll them out thinner than I did, and they will bake and go crispy that much quicker. But they do look very good, I have to say, and they are nice and crisp. So I'll have a taste. That mixture of Parmesan and mixed dried herbs is very, very good indeed. These are extremely Moorish. I could eat the entire load of them right now, but I won't. Once they're cooled down, you can store them in an airtight container and they will retain that crisp and crunchiness. And you can use them over a few days, but I will be eating mine and take some round to family later for them to enjoy. So that's going to be it for this recipe, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me the thumbs up below the video and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on to take you to this recipe, and I'll put a link to it below the video as well. And then I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.